So in a previous video, we looked at managing Debian packages using the apt tool. And it's a great tool for managing Debian packages. Now, there is a challenge here when it comes to Linux package management in general. And that is we have so many different distributions that for a developer to release a software package, they end up having to compile it multiple times for different distributions. And that becomes a real challenge for the developer and then for us as end users. And frankly, it's one of the things that has held Linux back a little bit from broader acceptance, at least in my opinion. Now, there are some attempts to solve that. So we've got a couple of other tools for packaging and delivering software. Flatpak is one, Snap is another. Snap is the one that Flatpak is used primarily for GUI applications. Snap is also used for server applications, so that's enabled by default on Ubuntu Server. Now, one of the things that traditional package management creates problem, or one of the ways it creates problems, is not just the idea that I have to, as a developer, I would have to compile things multiple times and create multiple packages for different distributions. One of the other challenges is they all use the same core files, which means they're the same core files. So if I've got a dependency that's used by multiple applications and that dependent package gets corrupted, it crashes all of my applications that use that package. So one of the things that Snap and Flatpak do is they include all of their dependencies and they kind of isolate it a little bit more so that if you have a problem with that particular dependency, it only impacts that particular application. Now, Snap and Flatpak are not as widely used yet as, well, frankly, as I'm hoping they're going to be. I'm hoping that something like that becomes more of the default management system for Linux in general. So we don't have as much software available through Snap and Flatpak and other tools like that as we do with apt or RPM packages. But we do have some. So I want to show you a couple of things here. Let's look at the Snap tool. So again, I'm going to do right screen here. I'm going to switch to my administrative user or my administrative permissions. And I'm going to do a snap-h. And you're going to see we have a bunch of stuff here that we have available. So commonly used commands, and we're going to look at the basics line here. Find, info, install, remove. And that's what we're going to take a look at. But you're going to see we've got a bunch of other ways to manage software, including setting permissions, get configuration, looking at history, managing daemons or services. So Snap gives us a lot of capabilities. You'll see right here, lets us install, configure, refresh, remove snaps or snap packages, which are designed to work across distributions. Okay, let's say I want to find the Nmap tool in Snap. So actually, let's start with OpenSSH, right? So in our previous video with apt, we looked at OpenSSH and Nmap. So I'm going to do snap search OpenSSH, and I'm going to find nothing. Well, that's because OpenSSH hasn't been distributed as a Snap package yet, which, again, this kind of illustrates one of our challenges. However, Nmap, we're going to do a snap search Nmap, and we're going to find that Nmap actually has. So right here we have Nmap, and this, because I increased my font size, doesn't really display really well. So we're going to do a snap info Nmap and view that a little bit better. So here's our summary and the publisher and the store and the description. And all right, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and install Nmap using Snap. So it's going to be snap install Nmap. And this is going to download Nmap and mounting the snap. And there we go. We have installed Nmap. Now, if you remember our previous video, we did the which command. So I'm going to do which Nmap. And we're going to see that if we run Nmap right now, it's going to run the user bin Nmap. Well, that's not where my snap one went, actually. In fact, all snap packages, so Typical packages are stored in the user bin directory. Snap packages are actually stored in a different location. So I'm going to do lsl/snap. And here's where all of my snap packages are stored. And you'll see right here, dark blue, so it's kind of hard to read, but you see we have Nmap there. I can also do snap list to list all of my packages. And you'll see I've got Nmap. But when I run which Nmap, it tells me this is the one I'm going to be running. Now I can specify that I want to run the snap one by running the command /snap and then put the whole directory to it. And then run that Nmap specifically from that directory. In this case, so what I want to do is I want to remove Nmap. And I'm removing it using the apt package. So I'm removing the Debian package of Nmap. Now, if I run which Nmap, it tells me that the one I'm going to run is from the snap bin Nmap. Okay, there we go. We've installed a software package using Snap. So we found it using the Snap search. We got more information using Snap info, and then we installed it using Snap install. Let me do my snap H again, and you're also going to see we have right here into basics, we have the option to remove. So I can do snap remove Nmap. Now, remember in our previous video when we removed OpenSSH using apt, it left those dependency packages behind. Because snaps include all the dependencies in that distribution, they don't have additional packages outside of that. When I remove the Nmap, or when I install the Nmap, it doesn't have to install additional packages. It's all included. And when I remove it, it doesn't leave additional packages behind. It's all included. Okay, there we go. There is your introduction to managing software packages in Ubuntu with Snap.